Let me show you all camera settings that we have available on OPPO Reno 15 Pro. So if we go to the camera and tap on these three lines here in the upper right corner, we can go to settings, and in here we can, let's say, find the watermark option for both photos and videos. You can actually select whichever watermark you want to use. We have many different options, and also you can customize these watermarks as well. Besides that, what you can also do is you can go to Composition Assistant in order to activate grid lines or diagonal lines or maybe golden spiral. And also there is the leveler that we can use as well. We have the shutter sound option, so you can mute the camera sound by disabling this option. There is also the mirror selfie effect, which can also be deactivated. We can enable location tags, so whenever you take a photo or record a video, in the details of those files you will find the information about the location where a photo was taken or where a video was recorded. In formats, we can adjust the format for photos and videos, so you can toggle high resolution photos and high efficiency videos if you want to. And there is also the preserve settings menu, where you can decide what options should be saved when you exit the camera. So then when you return to the camera, those settings are loaded up just as they were when you left the camera. Then we have the photo section, where we can find touch and hold shutter button, which is used to capture a burst shot or a series of photos. And by default we use the clear burst, which is slightly slower, but it allows you to capture sharp photos of moving objects with rich details, or you can just switch to the classic burst instead. In shooting methods, we can enable tap to capture, so you can tap anywhere on the camera preview in order to take a photo, or you can also show, and actually you can also show the show palm option, so you can show your hand to the front camera, and you can start the camera timer like that. We have also the settings related to lens focal length, so we can toggle these focal lengths in here, and we can choose the default wide angle focal length. We have the QR code scanner, which can be enabled or disabled, and portrait distortion correction. In the video section we can lock lens and lock the white balance. We also have the adaptive frame rate in here, which can be adjusted. We can manage bitrate, and it is of course set to standard by default, but you can increase the quality of videos by using the high quality. Of course, as a result, videos will take more space. And photo capture allows you to take motion photos or still photos. Then we have some features, like for example, we can customize the functionality of volume buttons. So by default we use volume buttons to use them as a shutter button, but you can switch that to zoom, for example, so you can zoom in and zoom out with volume buttons, or you can just turn it off and set to volume. There is also the photo orientation setting, which allows the phone to, or the camera actually, to follow the system rotation or enable auto rotate. There is also the quick launch gesture or shortcut, so you can double press either volume button in order to quickly launch the camera when the screen is off. And there's also smart suggestions, which allow you to get optimization suggestions in photo and video modes. And of course we can also restore default camera settings. That is pretty much it. Besides that, naturally every different camera mode has additional settings, like for example in the photo mode we have the flashlight, we have the exposure setting, we can use motion photos, we have Google Lens, some additional filters over here on the right side, and if we tap on the photo mode itself we have smart scenes. And in the video mode we can, for example, adjust the resolution, we have the ultra steady mode, HDR, and so on and so forth. So that's pretty much it. Leave a like and subscribe.